What do you think about Sonya?
Sonya or Sonya?
Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade. You think she's a great character?
I think she's alright. I like her. I mean, I like the way she was in these new Mortal Kombats.
That's what I'm saying. It took them 10 fucking games to get it right. Like, she started out as a fucking 80s like workout instructor, and then finally she looks like she's in the military. It was so dumb in the movie that Shang Tsung captures her. Like, you can't just capture a combatant that's fighting in the tournament, you know? They'd be like, what if he just like captured like Johnny Cage by grabbing him by the hair, or Liu Kang by grabbing him by the hair? You know, because that's all he's doing. He's just holding her by the hair, and then she's captured. Yeah. So in the movie, she was like throwing like the worst punches of all time. Like, that was so terrible. Like, I know I brought it up before, but those were the worst punches I've ever seen in my life in that movie. I need to stop talking about the movie. Okay, whatever. She's hot. Like, I would jack off to her and everything, and she's a cool enough character, but she's not anything like Special Forces has always been the most boring part of Mortal Kombat in the lore. Right?
Well, there's Jax.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got like a dude with like robot arms. That was the only thing cool about him. Okay, so yeah, it's
he's black, so he's already kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she's okay for what she is, but I mean, she is what she is. So it's not when you got like fucking ninjas and demons and stuff. Like, some girl in the Special Forces isn't gonna go so much.
Yeah, the more military version of her is awesome. The old school version is just
they got her right.
Stupid.
Like I said, I jack off to her. She's a cool character, but that's what which I like her. I think she's kind of cool, but she's not great. You know, she needs work. When you look at her, the first thing you think is female Raiden.
Without that hat, I don't know what to say about her.
Yeah, I mean,
that hat makes her.
Yeah, it's like either female Raiden or just boring character. So I mean, and some people would argue and say she's boring with a female Raiden look. Either way,
what's her deal? What's her story?
She's like a demon from the Nether.
She's a demon?
Well, listen, she looks not like a demon because the more demons she slays, she can become like human and immortal, and come out to the planet. So that's what she do. Which I think that's cool, but I feel like that she should still have some demonic elements to her look.
I get it. Right. So she's a demon
that
slays other demons to become less demon looking.
Yeah. But
she still has demonic powers.
Yeah. I guess. I don't. It's a long story. It's weird stories. I mean, it's a video game at the end of the day, but I think that she should have some demonic elements, or at least an alternate costume where she looks like a demon. Like, I hate all the stuff like her and Serena are demons, but then they look like completely human. So, like, Quan Chi's a demon, he looks like one, So, Moloch's a demon, he looks like one. Draman's a demon, he looks like one. So, give her some kind of demonic elements. The first fucking female demon in the game, that would be cool.
So, is she considered, like, evil, I guess? I mean, she's a fucking demon.
No, I think she's good. I mean, anybody's killing demons can't be that bad of a person.
But, I mean, I guess... I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see if they bring her in the next game, and flesh her out a little bit. But
where does she come from? Like, what more?
She was in Deception in Armageddon. Everybody's in Armageddon, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I think she's pretty cool. So next up, speaking of demons. Got Moloch. All right. Well, obviously Moloch is an actual demon name. So let me type in Mortal Kombat Moloch so you can see what I'm talking about. All right.
Oh yeah, him.
The old ball and chain.
I like him. I mean, I don't know anything about him, but I like him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But that's the sign of a good character on design, right? Like, if you just look at him and you already like him.
Yeah, he looks like a huge fucking ogre.
Yeah, 3 eyes.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, okay. He's even cooler.
Yeah.
And wait, is that like inscription written on him, or is it just like scales?
I think it's some inscription scale stuff. Yeah.
You got inscription on that ball.
Yeah, he's always teamed up with Draman. He was from Deadly Alliance, and
he's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got a cool story, but obviously, they're done with him. If this tells you anything, with Quan Chi's intro, he brings in Moloch's head every time.
Yeah, I see that every time.
Dude, they hate like the 3D Mortal Kombat games so much, they like trashed their 3D characters. Like they just threw them away.
Well, that's not fair. I mean, they could like hate on the game, but that's just a fucking game.
Yeah, and they could make them a lot cooler and bring them back, but they just want to like, hey, look, we're in on the joke too. Like, so if they're like trying to be in on the joke, like talking shit about the old 3D games.
But like Quan Chi came from Part 4. That was what considered 3D at the time.
Okay,
right?
yeah. Okay, Quan Chi and Kenshi are the two like post, original era Mortal Kombat characters that the developers are in love with. They put Quan Chi and Kenshi in everything. Like they know they made good points with that, but everybody else they fucked up with. So they're like, yeah, we love Quan Chi and Kenshi. We like Shinnok. Tanya's okay. But then everybody else they just fucking they don't want anything to do with. Even though there's some good characters in there like Havoc and all that. So yeah, they did that. So obviously Moloch's okay. And if you look in the comics, they killed Quan Chi kills like Moloch and Draman in there too. So they're obviously not going to be back anytime soon. But I thought he was a cool character. Most people agree with that.
He looks cool.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
Yeah, we're talking about Blaze from Mortal Kombat.
We're talking about Astroth on fire.
Okay, so now he looks cool, like we just said about Moloch.
Yeah.
Now you would probably think, why don't I rate him even higher, right? Well, I'll tell you why.
Is that a 4?
Now look at this.
Cinder?
Right. Yeah, he's like a gay-looking Cinder when he first started. Like Blaze was like all badass when you saw him like in Armageddon, but I remember when he came in and like he was like a hidden character in like Deception or Deadly Alliance, I don't remember. And he was so stupid. Look, he's wearing like underwear and he looked like a terrible like Cinder ripoff. And like you can't come in later and be all like badass, It's like you ever like when you're younger, you remember some fucking like idiot kid that you're going to school with like in elementary, junior high, and then you see him later in high school, he's trying to act like a badass and shit. It's like, no, I know who you were. All right, I remember the shit you used to do. Don't come in here trying to act like a badass. All right,
people can change, Steve.
Yeah, no. I remember when that guy got his dick caught in a fucking like jet stream thing in the pool. Don't try to come in here like you're a badass and stuff. Like you're getting with women all the time and you're.
Is that where you need to like change schools?
Yeah, he needed to change school. He needed to go to another game. He can't come back in Mortal Kombat. All right.
Well, where's he gonna go? I mean, Killer Instinct already got Cinder.
I guess if you want to get into it, he was in the original Mortal Kombat in the background. He was like that flaming guy in the pit in the background, also fighting. But I didn't think that was an actual guy. I thought that was a guy that was on fire.
Yeah, because wasn't it just like part of?
Yeah, it was just his upper torso. So it looked like Scorpion, like somebody like Scorpion had did like their fatality and caught the fire because he wasn't moving either.
Yeah.
But then people are like, no, that's Blaze. I'm like, well, why is Blaze's pants not on fire?
Right.
I think they just kind of retro added that in there, just
so.
like Empire Strikes Back. Like Darth Vader was never originally supposed to be Luke's father, but then they act like, oh, then he was supposed to be like, no. That's why it's such a twist because you never fucking meant for it to be like that. You never meant for Leia to be Luke's sister. You just added that in the third one to find a way to easily make it where Luke and Han don't have to fight over. It's like, oh, well, Luke won't fight over because it's his fucking sister. Even though they kind of kissed in Empire Strikes Back. But we're not talking about Star Wars. We're talking about Mortal Kombat. All right, so anything else you want to say about Blaze?
I mean, say something about his background. I don't know shit about him.
Oh, he's a god. Like Fujin's the wind god.
Yeah, Raiden's the thunder god.
Yeah, he's like the fire god, and he's like on top of that temple because the god Argus, which is like Dagon and Rain and who's that other guy? His fucking father. He's like a god, and he used Blaze to protect the temple because whoever like gets control of that has like the ultimate power. I don't know. It was really kind of a weird story, but I don't know. That's his story. Speaking of gods, so Fujin, he's the wind god. He was in Mortal Kombat mythologies. You actually kill him when you play the game. Like he dies. Like he turns to a bunch of giblets when you kill him and stuff. But then he's in part 4, so I guess you didn't kill him.
He's got a cool look.
Yeah, he's got a cool look. He was in the story of MKX. I thought he was going to be in it, just like in Mortal Kombat 4, but they didn't do anything with him. He looks like Raiden without his helmet. Like that's kind of what Raiden looks like when his helmet's not on. But You know, he's nothing like.
Is he a model?
There's not a lot to him, but I mean, he's cool for what he is. You know, he fights like his crossbow. I think he fought with a bow staff in Armageddon. I mean, either would be a cool way to complement the character. I mean, he's not like amazing, which is why he's in this rank. He's not bad, but I don't know. He's got room to do stuff with, but they just haven't done it.
I think he's a worthy character. I like him. He's a good add to the lineup.
He's not bad. He's definitely better than some of the shit they added in Mortal Kombat X. Okay, Scarlet's pretty cool. She's like a female ninja. She's so she feeds all off the blood.
That would make her look a lot different if they kept that picture you're currently showing.
Well, see, that's what they did in the comic. Because that's what I'm saying. They remade everybody in Mortal Kombat X to look even cooler. So they designed her, and I liked her teaming up with Raiko, and I thought her comic appearance was pretty cool. Yeah. I think she's pretty cool. I mean, I'm always gonna. I'm always
background.
I'm always cool with ninja characters. I mean, she's like kind of like Shang Tsung's creation, where she like feeds off of like blood, almost like a vampire, and she like works. She's like Shao Kahn's like one of his bodyguards, assassins.
Her?
Yeah. You know, it's not all about brute strength. You can have stealth attack. So she's pretty cool. And she was teaming up with Raiko to kind of take over. Next is one of the most overrated characters, I think, is people are gonna hate me for this, but Johnny Cage.
Why do you think he's overrated? Like, how big is he in the lineup?
I
know he was a hero of 9, and then his daughter's 10, but...
Okay, so, man, Johnny Cage used to just be a character in Mortal Kombat. You know, he wasn't like a big deal in any of the games.
I know the transformation.
Yeah, it wasn't until 9 to where he really caught on. Like, they really tried to make him, like, funnier and stuff, and... They went all out.
Part 9. I loved him in Part 9.
Yeah, I thought he was great in Part 9. I thought he was a great comic relief. I didn't like them taking him, and then they try to make him like super, like in Mortal Kombat X. They try to make it like he's got that green power is like the power to protect Earth. Like so, it's like they were trying to move away from Liu Kang and put Johnny Cage in the spot, which is weird for me because Johnny Cage was always like a fucking joke character. In like Part 1 and Part 2, like he had the funny fatalities and funny friendships and moves. And in Part 3, they even put him in it. Part 4, I don't even remember if he was in it. And then in the 3D games, nobody gave a shit about him. So it wasn't really until Part 9 where they really started trying to make him a cool character.
Part 9 is where he shined. He was in his fucking prime.
And he was better. Yeah, he was better than that. Because MKX, like, I don't know what they did with him, but
he lost his humor.
Yeah. He wasn't as funny, and he looked like he like got on some steroids because his face looks all roided out. He's got that Ken Shamrock Triple H kind of face.
I think they were trying to do the elderly look with him.
Yeah, that look, because the steroids do age your face. But I never liked the chest tattoo thing. And he wasn't funny in MKX. He was like sitcom funny. Like he had a bunch of little one-liners. Like he was trying too hard to be funny. Mortal Kombat 9.
I don't even remember being funny at all in Part 10. I just remember being like too serious.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what happened to you? You lost your sense of humor.
He was like too in on the joke. Like Mortal Kombat 9, he was funny despite himself. You know, like he didn't realize, he didn't have the self-awareness that he was like funny. You know.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about him, and he actually looked cooler in Part 9. But you know, look. I could easily be biased by this because I dressed up as Johnny Cage last year for Halloween, and I pulled it off really well. Okay, but I'm not gonna just let that. Oh yeah, and the movie he did a great job too. We always gotta add the movie in here. I thought he was awesome in the movie. He stole the show in the movie, but still, I don't think he's that great of a character. I mean, he was meant to just be like Jean-Claude Van Damme or something. I feel almost like when they're putting him really popular and not Liu Kang, it's almost like they're trying to find like a white guy to be the main character of Mortal Kombat instead of like an Asian guy. It's almost like they're trying to move him into Liu Kang's place.
Why do you think they're just trying to get a white guy, period, though?
I don't know. It's a better market it instead of like Liu Kang being the main guy. Because it could appeal to like the Western audience better. I don't know.
I don't think people really care.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Or maybe it's Liu Kang's so boring and Johnny Cage is actually catching on, so they just do that.
So Johnny Cage, 1 to 10, what would you rank him?
I would give him like a 6 or a 7. I mean, there's way cooler characters. I mean, when you compare him to like Raiden or Shao Kahn or
But
Sub-Zero,
he can't compare
to
somebody like Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn is like he's just a fucking guy from planet Earth. Shao Kahn's like from the nether realm.
But I'm saying it's in Mortal Kombat, so everybody in Mortal Kombat's fair game. When you got a whole list, because he's going to get ranked against him, because it's a ranking of all the characters.
I mean, I guess that sounds fine. 6 to 7, but like, yeah, there's no way you're gonna.
That's what I'm
saying.
Be
like Shao Kahn
when you got
Goro
fucking Baraka, Reptile, Motaro. When you got all those cool looking characters, and you got Johnny Cage. I mean, he's doing about as well as he can as a human character. Mm-hmm. But that's can only get so far if you're fucking jokes and just being a cool guy, And if it was part 9, I might give him one more point. But X happened.
I always want to try to remember him from part 9.
Yeah.
That's the Johnny Cage.
Never forget.
Never forget.
All right, one more. We're gonna add another character right here. It's gonna be that Bride of Frankenstein looking bitch, Sindel.
Man, now that's an awesome character. I don't like to pick a woman character because I just feel I don't know. Women can't fight like men can. But then when you get like Sindel or Shiva, something like that, okay, that makes sense.
But if you want to get into that, I mean, could like Liu Kang ever beat up like Goro though? So if you're going that far, you might as well just have women.
Well, when we throw in special powers and shit,
Well, then the women should be able to fight if they all have special powers.
If they have special powers, yeah.
So she can fucking use her hair. She's got the Banshee scream.
She got a cool story too.
Yeah, she's got a cool story. I mean, so she's got the look, she's got the moves, she's got the story. So she's an all-around, well-rounded character. I mean, but I just can't rank her. I could maybe rank her higher than a few characters that are around her, but all the characters that are around each other could all be kind of like switched back and forth. But I can't have her as high as like, Noob Saibot or Quan Chi or somebody. But I think she's a pretty cool character.
She's a very cool character.
Yeah. I think that they shouldn't have had her kill all the characters in Part 9. I thought that was kind of dumb. They gave her Shang Tsung all his souls, so she was like super powerful. Mm-hmm. But you got a whole story. You could have had like, everybody like one-on-one killing each other in fights, actual like a Mortal Kombat tournament, instead of having nobody get killed in the tournaments. Good guys always win. Then have Sindel come in the last second and kill everybody at once. Like, I thought that was kind of dumb. But whatever. The character's still pretty cool.
Yes, that's how you look scary and hot at the same time.
Yeah. Well, let's see if you think this character's scary and hot.
Is it Shiva?
I always thought Jax was cool, even like when his first appearance in Mortal Kombat 2.
I like the normal. I remember way back before he had the robo.
Yeah, when he was just American. It just looks like an American Gladiators guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, he just looked like a big, badass athlete, dude.
I mean, he still kind of looked like American Gladiators in Part 3 with those purple pants, but the metal arms definitely kept him going because there's only so long you could survive with just being a big, strong black dude,
Without those metal arms, he wouldn't have been continuing.
Yeah, they needed a black character. They added him in there. That was cool. And the metal arms made him definitely a lot cooler. And then they're like, oh, with the metal arms aren't enough. We got to give him like a bazooka and a machine gun. I was like, how far are you going to go with this shit?
He has gone through some transformation.
Oh, man. No, believe me.
Ghetto-looking Jax.
I hated the way he looked in the 3D games, man. I didn't want anything to do with that guy. But when they brought him back in Part 9, I never thought I was really going to like him. He ended up being one of my favorite characters in the game. The way
9 and 10, they did a pretty good job of.
Yeah, even the way they aged him made him look kind of cool. They had like a Carl Weathers kind of look. They even gave him a Carl Weathers skin, so they really solidified that. So,
are you talking about Carl Winslow or Carl Weathers?
Man, that would be awesome. They had a Carl Winslow. Oh, Naga, who
this guy
is rumored to come back in the next game, the Dragon King. Like, he's cool, but he's not that great. Like, you could tell, like, he could be way cooler. He's for, like, a big boss character. He has the big boss look and story behind him and the name, but there's just something off about his presentation. He could look a lot cooler than that, There's something, I just don't like scaly, like, human faces, like, with a nose and everything.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so Goro is supposed to be half dragon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even scaly.
Yeah, you got a point. Like, Goro's half dragon, and then this guy's what? Well, what is he? Because if he's not a full dragon, so if you're a full dragon, you're a dragon. if you're a half dragon, you look like Goro. So what the fuck is this, like 3/4 dragon?
Well, here's another question. What the fuck is Kintaro? Is Kintaro half dragon? Why does he have like tiger skin?
So he's what happens if half dragon, half tiger fucks your mom. Then you're like a quarter dragon, quarter tiger, half human.
Is Goro even half human?
I don't know.
Is that what the other half is?
That's what they said. It's half dragon, so I just assumed the other half is a human because he's a humanoid. And I don't know.
He's a mongoloid.
Let me call Ed Boon after we get done.
Right.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
We gotta figure some things out. We'll be right back. Ed Boon.
Ed Boon's a troll, man.
Siri, call Ed Boon.
Ed Boon's a troll. He would tell you anything. I think the hoof toe things are kind of dumb. He's got these big hands and the wings.
I guess the big hands or the wings. I don't know. He needs a complete.
But is there just one of them? Is that a whole race? And the thing I hate about the story is I hate the idea of Shokan working under him because it just seems so weird. Shokan being like a lieutenant under him and he poisons him because poison has always been seen as like the way like
coward's way.
Yeah, coward's way, or they say the women's way or something. So it just seems so like against character of Shokan to poison somebody and for Shokan to ever be taking orders from somebody. It just kind of throws off.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to see Shokan ever be underneath someone. He just seems like he should be. If there's somebody that could like rank, I don't know, more of a badass than Shokan, I still don't see Shokan submitting to them, like taking a knee to them or whatever. Shokan would like fight it all the way. I feel like
that was a cool thing with Shokan because like you had like Shang Tsung, which is a cool character in Goro, and then part 2 they upped it like huge just by having Shokan. I was like, God damn, man, that's the guy they're taking orders from.
Yeah.
If you can't tell by how much we're talking about Shokan, he's going to be way higher up in the rating. That's when you know you got a good character when we're referencing it over and over, and like how to establish a good character. So, all right. Well,
I hate what they did with him on the movie though. Fucking.
We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna talk about that.
We will when we talk to when he comes into play. We will.
Man, you gonna do that to him?
I'm doing him justice. I'm trying to call the producers and creators out on what they did to him.
You gotta talk about Onaga. Look at this fucking face. It looks like he's doing this right here with his It looks like he's got his hands and fingers around his eyes, like he's playing peekaboo or something. Like I don't know what the fuck that is around his eyes, but it looks so dumb.
Yeah, they gotta redesign this character.
Yeah, I mean they should make it look enough to like he was, but I don't know.
They're gonna change some shit with the face for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it kind of protrudes.
There's rumors they're gonna bring him back in the next game because there's a leaked roster list for the next game, and he's in it.
Are they ever gonna be able to create anything anymore without anything leaking now that the internet's out?
I think they do that on purpose to get hype going. Because I've talked to people, like I've read books about how people who work on the companies they purposely leak stuff to get buzz and stuff going. You know, so. Yeah. Whatever. Although Tarantino got really pissed off when they leaked his like movie script, so he rewrote the ending and changed it
on the
Hateful Eight. Unless he did that on purpose, and it's all who knows? Who knows anything this is? Anyway, that's our list for right now. Then we'll